We completed ethics terminologies, ethics in public life, ethics in private life. And today we will discuss about teachings from the lives of great leaders. Teaching from the lives of great leaders. See, understand. There won't be any question asking that what we learn from Mahatma Gandhi, what we learn from Martin Luther King. Nothing such type of questions. It is there in the syllabus copy of ethics in UPSC website. This unit is there. But how you have to understand means, I will be telling abundant examples. Huge examples are needed. So these examples, accordingly how you are using is very, very important. These examples, how you are going to use, according to the demand of the question is the skill. So here you have to have the approach. Here you need to understand how you are going to use this great personalities contributions, great personalities theories or great personalities thought process in your answers. So first coming to, so for the honesty, I told you being honest is being truth. Being honesty is being righteousness. It's called as honesty. So in this honesty, what type of examples we are going to use is very important. Honesty implies being truthful. Non-pretentious means which you are not but you are pretending to be. Being truthful, being non-pretentious and devoid of tendency to fraud or cheat. So there is no tendency to fraud or cheat. That particular behavior is called as honesty. So for this honesty, what type of example you want? Once Lal Bahadur Shastri, it's a very great example. Once Lal Bahadur Shastri was in a jail, British times. So his daughter is suffering with illness. His daughter is suffering with illness. So he applied for 15 days of parole. Parole means conditional bail. Parole means very high conditional bail. So he got 15 days parole. So he came outside to look after his daughter. How many days he got parole? 15 days. Within 3 days, daughter died. Within 3 days, daughter died. He can continue. Why? Because already he got 15 days of parole. He can another 12 days, he can stay at home. But again, fourth day, he went back to the jail saying that my daughter has been expired. There is no necessity to be there. So there is no necessity for parole also. So I am coming back to the jail. That is called as honesty. So within 3 days, she died. So already he had a permission for 15 days. But he cancelled 12 days of leave saying that already my daughter has been died. So there is no necessity for me to stay there. So I am going back to the, and he went back to the jail. That is called as truthfulness. That is called as righteousness. Once Lal Bahadur Shastri was imprisoned, he was granted 15 days parole to visit the ailing daughter. Shastri ji returned to jail immediately after performing her last rites, though he had 12 more days of parole. In another instance, what happened? Shastri ji discovered that his wife Lalita ji saved rupees 10 every month of rupees 40 monthly expenditure. So he is giving 40 rupees monthly for the expenses of the house to the wife. Shastri ji was giving 40 rupees as a monthly budget to the wife. But what wife did, she used only 30 rupees and another 10 rupees she is saving. When she is being frugal, she is the same amount of work or effort which she can put in 40 rupees, she put in 30 rupees. So she is saving for 10 rupees. This thing, Shastri ji came to know that out of 40 rupees, 10 rupees she is saving and she is keeping it as a savings. Then he made a call to the treasury department and asked that please cut 10 rupees of salary. Why? Because he is thinking that the 10 rupees of salary is excess. The 10 rupees of salary is more because of which the money is getting saved. So I don't require any 10 rupees, you cut the 10 rupees. In another instance, Shastri discovered that his wife Lalita ji saved rupees 10 every month out of 40 rupees monthly allowance given to her to manage home as a budget. Shastriji immediately wrote to the government to reduce his salary by rupees 10 rupees. Why? Because the 10 rupees, it might be two reasons. Number one, he might be thinking that his wife is spending or unnecessarily going to his wife. Or there might be another reason, honest. The original reason is, so he don't want that excess 10 rupees. Lal Bahadur Shastri was the one person. Lal Bahadur Shastri was the one person who is of excessive credibility, excessive honesty. If anyone we can notice in the post-independence times, if anyone we can remember in the post-independence times, it is the Lal Bahadur Shastri. Integrity. What is integrity? Honesty means being truthful. Honesty means being virtuousness. Honesty means being stubborn with respect to truth is called as honesty. What is integrity? Being honest when no one is noticing. Being honest when you are going to face some problem, still you are honest. It is called as integrity. So we got a very good example for honesty, which is called as Lal Bahadur Shastri's example. Similarly, for every concept of ethics, we will be taking one example: integrity. Integrity is nothing but being honest in spite of the consequences, being honest alone, being honest when no one is noticing is called as integrity. Integrity is not honesty per se, but unwavering adherence to honesty. So integrity is not just honesty. Integrity is something which is unwavering. Yes. As I told you once a question asked to 161 rank, Chaitanya, whether you are taking corruption, without any question or without any wavering mind, she told that, no, I am not going to take the corruption. So it's called as integrity, which is coming out from inside. Integrity means highest standard of honesty. Integrity is not called as honesty per se, but unwavering thought of honesty. A person who sticks to moral principles even in face of adverse circumstances is said to possess integrity. So there might be adverse consequences when no one is watching, when no one is following, but still if you are with honesty, it is called as a person who stops at traffic signals. If there is a red signal, it is called as honesty. He is doing his duty. Understand this example. When a traffic signal comes and the traffic signal is red color, I stopped. It is called as honesty. I am doing my duty with dharma, is called as honesty. At midnight, no traffic constable is there, red signal is there, I know that no one is there, if still I be honest, it is called as integrity. If still I be honest, it is called as integrity. Honesty means doing just my duty is called as honesty. Integrity when no one is noticing, when I am alone also, when I am being honest, it is called as traffic signal. When I have a chance to jump to the signal, when no one is watching me, if I jump a signal, no one is going to catch me. No one is there to catch me. No traffic constable is present. I can jump the signal, but still, if I am honest, it is called as integrity. So we are learning great personalities, leaders in our ethical lives. A person is one and the same under every circumstance is called as integrity. I will tell you one example of Lal Bahadur Shastri of integrity. Lal Bahadur Shastri of integrity. In 1965, India is suffering with huge food crisis. There is a big problem to food security of the country. There is a big problem for food security of the country. So what we did, we had an agreement with the United States of America. There is a project called as PL 480. That if the food grains come from America in the form of imports, then only our people will get food. That was the condition which was prevailing in 1965. Only America was the surplus country at the time. Only America was a surplus country with respect to food grains, and America was pumping food grains to India. We didn't diversify also. We don't have any choice also. Our choice is only one country, which is United States of America. So I had an agreement. Lal Bahadur Shastri had an agreement. When he was the Prime Minister in 1965, he was the Prime Minister. He had an agreement with America by a project name called as PL 480. Under this PL 480, under this PL 480, if the food grains come from ship from Pacific Ocean into India, then only our people will eat the food, which is called as ship to mouth. Ship to mouth. If it is coming in ship, then only the mouth will fulfill. That was the condition which was made in 1965. At that time, 1965, if you remember, Vietnam War happened. America aggressively fallen down on Vietnam. America aggressively fallen down on Vietnam. Vietnam is a poor country. Vietnam is a poor developing country. America is a very developed country at the time itself. So, you tell me if the war between America and Vietnam, is it a war between equals or the war between unequals? War between unequals. Pakistan was silent. Bangladesh, East Pakistan was silent. Sri Lanka was silent. India was silent. Big powers. China was silent. But Lal Bahadur Shastri, he know that India's food security at that time is in the hands of America. Blatantly, openly, in the media, in the international forums, in the international meetings, criticized American step of going with war with Vietnam. That is called as integrity. Whatever may be the consequence, I am going to uphold the truth. Whatever may be the consequence, I am for the truth. Whatever may be the consequence, I am going to be for honesty. That is called as integrity. 1965, Lal Bahadur Shastri condemned the US attack on Vietnam. This was done when India was heavily dependent on the food assistance from US under the project called as PL480. Food assistance to India was stopped. Shastri stood by what he treated ethically even when the circumstances were adverse. That is called as integrity. When I know when the situations will be adverse, but still if I am with rigid, adherent, upheld the honesty, it is called as, Lal Bahadur Shastri did not got that much popularity which he deserves. After Mahatma Gandhi, if is there any other Mahatma, means it is Lal Bahadur Shastri. A person who upheld the cause of honesty, a person who adherently stick to the integrity is Lal Bahadur Shastri. Another example I will take, Vishweshwaraya. Vishweshwaraya from which state? Karnataka. The Technical University of Karnataka is on the name of Vishweshwaraya. Government gave him candles. At the time, no electricity, no. He was engineer, the first engineer from Karnataka. He had candles. Government gave candles. In the evening times, if you want to do any official work, use these candles. Then what he would do, he would burn the candles and do official work. When his official work has been completed, when he is reading his personal books, when he is writing his diary, he would off the official candles and he would light the personal candles. So the candles for the official work is different and the candles for personal work is different. That is called as integrity. No one is going to stop him. No one is watching him. Nothing is going to happen. Why? Because no one is watching. But still, he is using his own candles for his personal work rather than using government candles. That is called as integrity. Being honest is just being a righteousness, being tight, being upright is called as honest. But when no one is watching, when the consequences are worse, but still if you are honest, it is called as integrity. Lal Bahadur Shastri, example of when the consequences are very adverse, but he was upholding the truth. Here no one is watching him, but still he upheld the truth. That is called as integrity. Vishweshwaraya used official candles for reading office files, where he put them off and lit candles bought out of his salary to build his personal house. Integrity. Another story I will tell. Harshchandra, how we have to use it accordingly for integrity, accordingly for honesty, accordingly for any ethical terms. If you imbibe it, then an ethical officer will come out of it. Harshchandra, a story of Ayodhya. Harishchandra was a king of Ayodhya. He had a wife called as Sabya. He had a son called as Rohit. Harishchandra was with lot of integrity, lot of honesty. He is called as Satya Harishchandra. Satya is a title which is given by the kings. Satya is not his name. His name is Harishchandra. But the title was given by the kings as Satya Harishchandra. This person, whatever he delivers, he abide by it. Whatever he says, he abide by it. Whatever he promises, he abide by it. Means what he say and what you do are in synchronization. What he say and what you do is synchronization. Once Vishwamitra came near him. So Vishwamitra want to test whether really this is Satya Harishchandra or normal Satya Harishchandra. So Vishwamitra came near. I am your Guru. Yes, sir. I want to ask you something. Yes, please. I want 1 lakh gold coins. If he sells his complete kingdom also, he will get only 50,000 gold coins. Yes, I told I will give. What he told? He sold his kingdom. He sold his wife. He sold his son. He himself became a person who will be protecting the dead bodies. He left everything. Wife got angry. This is what type of honesty, this is what type of integrity. Wife also left him. Wife taking care about the son. Then again, one fine day, the son died. He is working like a protector of the graveyard, watchman of the graveyard. If they give money, with that money only, he will allow them to bury someone else or burn someone else. So he got the job as a watchman of a graveyard. His son died. His wife brought the dead body to the graveyard and asked the person, the watchman of the graveyard, please bury it. Who is the watchman of the graveyard? Harishchandra. He told, give me 10 rupees. No, I am your wife. This is your son died. No, I have to do my duty. I am responsible to the owner of the graveyard. He didn't allow to burn the body till you give the 10 rupees. Then Vishwamitra, then several other gods came near him and told and accepted his integrity, upheld his concept of honesty. And again, as usual, like climax, gave back the kingdom, gave back the wife, gave back the son, everything he got it. Harishchandra. Son also. God came, no? Means what? What we have to learn here? The integrity. The what he told and what he is doing is in synchronization. Harishchandra, integrity. Whatever may be the consequence, he is going to lose his kingdom, he is going to lose his wife, he is going to lose his son also. He upheld the truth. Upheld the truth is called as integrity. Being truthful is called as peace. Peace is also very important. Some people will be there when we have to fight, they will be ready. They will see for an opportunity to fight. Either with mouth or either with hands. The mouth is very powerful. Peace. Peace implies absence of disturbance and violence. Absence of disturbance and violence. Majority of world leaders have advocated for peace. Gandhiji's technique of Satyagraha was based on cardinal principle of peace. If peace is there, everything will be there. So peace is also very important aspect of human life. If you become a civil servant and there is law and order problem, if you become an IPS officer, there is a law and order problem, what you have to install? Peace. Peace is the most important aspect. It asks Satyagrahis to love even the person who inflicts violence on you. Peace gets disturbed mostly by violence. These groups indulge in violence mostly because of conflicting interests. Interests become conflicting only when one group tries to disproportionately appropriate some limited resources. So, when there is a conflict between the two groups, then it results in violence. That results will disturb the peace. So, what we need to uphold? Peace. So, we want to learn how to uphold the peace. For example, Russia-Ukraine war is happening. Russia-Ukraine war is happening. No country is supporting Russia or supporting Ukraine or criticizing Russia or criticizing Ukraine. Everyone are silent. Everyone is a spectator. But people are dying. People died already. People are dying. Why? Because everyone is thinking about their own interests. Every country is thinking about their own interests. If I tell something to Russia, Russia will become my enemy. Unnecessarily, I have to create. If I tell something to Ukraine, Ukraine will take angry on me. Ukraine will get angry on me. They will remember after 100 years also why I will keep. But in that particular process, what is happening? peace is disturbed. But if you are a civil servant, what you have to uphold? Peace. You should be in a position to whatever you do for the purpose of. I will tell you a great personality story. This person, Mikhail Gorbachev. Mikhail Gorbachev, after the World War II, from 1939 to 1945. You know, after 1945, the world is divided into 1945. The world is divided into two worlds: World One and World Two. World One is dominated by USA. World Two is dominated by USSR. World One is capitalist and democratic. World Two is communist. So the complete world is divided into two blocks: Block One, Block Two. Block One are the supporters of America. Block Two are the supporters of Russia, USSR. It continued 1945 onwards. Germany was divided into two parts. One is West Germany, East Germany. A Berlin Wall was being constructed. One part of the Berlin is called as capitalist, another part of Berlin is called as communist. That means the world has been divided into two. Complete Eastern European countries are under the control of USSR. Complete Western European countries are under the control of capitalist USA. So the world is divided into two. We don't know 1945, 1955, 1965, 1975, 1985 till 1992. The world was so much unstable because of Cold War between Russia and USA. We don't know when the World War III will come. Total uncertainty. Some or the other, some or the other, some or the issue was been there. But one person compromised, the complete World War came to an end. That person is called as Mikhail Gorbachev, a Nobel laureate. What he did? When the Cold War is becoming serious, and USSR as a Moscow as a center controlled complete Eastern European countries. These countries. These are Eastern European countries. This complete is called as USSR. Communist. USSR is a combination of 14 countries like Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Georgia, Moldova, Ukraine, Belarus, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. This complete are called as USSR. This USSR was controlling this Eastern European countries. A huge 40% of the world was under the control of communists. And they are also controlling the Eastern European countries. USA and some parts of Western countries. USA control was geographically less, communist control was geographically more. But the Eastern European people got fed up of communism and the revolt started happening. And America started supporting the revolt. And the demand was for independence. All these USSR sovereign countries are parts of USSR, they started demanding for separate country. So there is no peace in this USSR. Then this person, Mikhail Gorbachev, we should not work for hegemony on the world. First, we should have internal peace. He is the person who took a very big decision in 1992. He told that now onwards USSR will be not called as a combination of 14 countries. Now onwards USSR will be only Russia and remaining 13 countries will be given. With that collapse, complete block 2, complete communist bloc stopped in 1992. And no more Cold War. Why? Because Russia became small. It might become small, but what happened? The peace existed. A president of Russia compromised the country, but however, what established? Peace established. If not, it would lead to World War III. And the World War III means what? Nuclear war. There would be not a single human being on the earth if there would be a World War III. But this person, because of his statesman's skill, because of his knowledge, because of his intelligence, he stopped it from happening. World War III. For what? Mikhail Gorbachev realized the gravity of mounting Cold War. He would envision the possible World War with the depolarization of the world. Deep polarization of the world. So world is divided into two polars. One polar is headed by America, another polar is headed by USSR. Hence, he decided for ending Soviet hegemony on Eastern European nations that brought Cold War to a close. If peace value not ingrained in Gorbachev's personality, egos would have played their part to bring the world into the brink of a nuclear war. If this Gorbachev, this person, if he had ego in his mind, in his personality, if ego would be there, then why he would be compromised? What Hitler did? I will not surrender, rather I will do suicide. What he did? He committed suicide. He committed suicide. Ego. What is a big problem for the world wars? What is a big problem for the countries who are in conflict? What is the problem between Ukraine and Russia? Russia wants Ukraine not to join in NATO. What Ukraine tells, I want to join in NATO. That is the only problem. Russia get angry. You are once upon a time you are part of USSR. You have to listen to me. I am big brother. I gave you independence. You have to listen to me. But Ukraine is telling that it's once upon a time. Now I am independent. I will make my own decisions. Who are you? Then come, we will do war. It's because of what? Ego at the level of nations. In 2002, when Winter Olympics happened, Russia, in order to get all the Olympic medals, what they did? They did doping. They gave drugs to all the sports persons. The complete Russia was being banned from Olympics in that particular year. Why they doped? The government doped the sportsmen. Why? To get more medals. What if they get more medals? Ego satisfaction. So this personality doesn't have the ego. What he gave importance, ego or peace? At that moment in 1992, if this person would not divide the USSR into 14 independent sovereign countries, today the world would be in nuclear war. The complete world would be destroyed. Ego, one bomb. What is this all well put on bomb? Peace. It's not honest. It's honesty. It's integrity and everything for what? Everything is for peace. I will give another example. In the same times. So how we have to ingrain peace in us? How we have to stop the violence in us? Sometimes we get angry. As a civil servant, you will get angry. But what you should ingrain? You should ingrain Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. What happened? North American continent, Central American, South American, one line in the world map. North American, Central American. North American till Central American, all are USA pro countries. All are USA pro countries. These all are USA pro countries. But small one island country is there. One small island country is there, you can see here. If here is a small island country called as Cuba. A small island country called as Cuba. Which is supporter of communists. Which government was been there? Communist government was there. 1962, the war is increasing, the Cold War is increasing. What America did? America sent their missiles very near to the USSR. They kept their missiles in Ukraine and Turkey. In retaliation, what USSR did, crossing the Pacific Ocean, they sent their missiles near Cuba. Why? Because Cuba is governed by which government? Communist. A small trigger, they are waiting for small trigger. If a small trigger is there, from here they would target, Las Vegas, Washington DC, Chicago, all are targeted. Just one signal to blow off cities in 1960. Here comes. In reaction to US positioning nuclear missiles in Italy and Turkey, Soviet Union positioned nuclear missiles in Cuba. The whole world felt a chill down its spine as nuclear walls was unveiled. US explored its options. In a long brainstorming, even options like bombing Soviet missiles based in Cuba were proposed. However, gauging the possible repercussions, John F. Kennedy, here which person? John F. Kennedy took a measurable approach of offering to dismantle his missiles. He himself went back. Thinking about future, gauging, measuring about the disaster, measuring about the repercussions, measuring about the impact which would come because of war. John F. Kennedy took back his missiles, which he eventually did unofficially. This gesture of Kennedy points at his presence to peace. If that day John F. Kennedy would not, he was shorted, John F. Kennedy was shorted. Why? Why? Because people thought that he was a fearful person. People thought that people branded him like a coward. People called him like a coward, but he's not a coward. He's a real brave person. He understood the repercussions of war. He was killed only because he gave the order to bring back the missiles back. If that day he would not order to bring back the missiles today, compulsory there would be World War III in 1962. Cuban Missile Crisis. Lot of movies came on this. Cuban Missile Crisis. 1962. Mikhail Gorbachev. John F. Kennedy. USSR person is also there, not only American. Mikhail Gorbachev. He is seen as a god of international peace. Punctuality is another trait. What we are learning from great personalities. If a issue happened, for example, a case study in ethics, you are the Prime Minister of the country. You are the Prime Minister of the country. So there are some signals that Pakistan is accumulating their forces near the border and you want to retaliate. You are writing an answer. Here, whom you will remember? You can remember John F. Kennedy or you can remember Mikhail Gorbachev. Why? Because war is not the answer. The answer is peace. So how accordingly we are picking the example and we are writing is important. It's not this example they will not ask. How you are using the example is punctuality. Amitabh Bachchan. The best example of punctuality. Today also, that is a popular thing about Amitabh Bachchan. He got habituated from his younger days as a hero. Who will be punctual? Who are very serious. Who will be punctual? Who are fearful. Who have to attend the class. Who have to come to the time. Have to attend the function. Why? Because who will have that fear, sir? Who will have that fear means the people who come from downtrodden, the people who come from very down and whose position they want to change, for that they are ready to keep efforts will be there. Those people will be very, very punctual. Already if their positions are good like IAS son or IAS daughter, they will be not being punctual because they enjoyed everything. Everything they will take it as a light. But the people who are super serious only will be. Abraham Lincoln was punctual. Mahatma Gandhi was punctual. Amitabh Bachchan was also punctual. Sachin Tendulkar, last class I told you, Sachin Tendulkar is punctual. Vinod Kambli never on punctual. Punctuality implies being on time or valuing time. This value can also be called as timeliness. Most successful individuals realize the worth of time and try not to squander it. Punctuality is a hallmark of Big B, Amitabh Bachchan. He is known to open the gates of studios even before the watchman did it. There are instances of Big B waiting for postcards for 3 to 4 hours. When there is a traffic jam, he used to run by, but he would not be late. That is called punctuality. Yes, your behavior. 4 times you are coming late means 5th time the other person will understand this person is unpunctual. And what happens nowadays, if that person is unpunctual, you will also unpunctual, the shop and the restaurant will be closed. Punctuality. Gandhiji once famously said, you should not waste a grain of food or a scrap of paper and similarly a minute of your punctuality. William Penn remarked, time is what we want the most, but what we use the worst. Punctuality can come handy in such cases. Start preferring punctuality to procrastinate. Embrace time as value. In place of procrastination, give importance to. In order to delay, give importance to punctuality. Punctuality is also very important. That is the reason the people will identify based upon the time also. If anyone gives the time of 2 o'clock or 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., if you are 5 minutes early, they will understand this person is very serious. So they give time. If you are 2 o'clock or been called for an appointment and you came by 2:02 also, they will not give time. Why? Because they understand you are not serious. The punctuality will show your seriousness. The punctuality will show your super seriousness. Not only seriousness, super seriousness. Punctuality is an important trait of Labasana, National Police Academy also. Morning 7:30 to 9, one of my friend told this. 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. they will be giving the break. 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. they will be giving the breakfast. If anyone comes at 8:31 also, they will close the doors. You might be IPS officer training, go and eat lunch. Punctuality. If you do 2 times, third time compulsory, you will come on time. Impartiality. What is impartiality? Unbiased. Impartiality means unbiased. So who is a great personality from whom you can learn impartiality? I will give you examples. See, when a few people are there, I am supporting one person, everyone is understanding. If I give a judgment, then obviously everyone will think that this person is giving favor or this person is doing favor to that person. So the credibility of the judgment will be affected, sir. The credibility of the person will be affected or not. So compulsory, what type of attitude we need to maintain? We need to maintain impartial. We need to maintain neutral. Impartiality, when you are making a decision of constructing a school rather than any other thing, that should be impartial. For example, your father-in-law is a contractor, so you made for a construction of a school. Then everyone will understand. It might be good reason, but still they will understand that. So his father-in-law is a contractor, so he made a provision for such a type of. There should not be any benefit of doubt. If there should not be any benefit of doubt, then how our behavior should be? Impartial simply means not being partial. Espousing the value of impartiality implies attaching importance to being fair and not being partial. Nepotism and favoritisms are opposite to impartial. Nepotism, my caste person. Oh, my caste. I have to think. My religion. Another time I have to think. My region. Another time. Synchronization is happening. No knowledge, no skill, but my caste, my religion, my region, my village. That is called as favoritism and nepotism. Completely biased. Jnanapith awards impartiality. This story I told you once. Kuvempu is a father. Kuvempu is a father who is a recipient of Jnanapith Award, Karnataka. He is a vice chancellor of Mysore University. His son, Tejasvi, he also got Jnanapith Award later. But in the beginning stage, he was negligent, reluctant. So when the professor brought this, he got very less marks in one of the papers. Kuvempu's son got very less marks. So the professor felt, how to tell this? He is getting very less marks, he will be failed. So vice chancellor's son is getting failed. So the professor brought the issue to the vice chancellor. And the vice chancellor Kuvempu took the paper. He evaluated his paper and gave less marks when compared to the professor. It is called as impartial. Impartial behavior. Another story I will tell you. This is a real thing. Rajasi, case 1. ASI, Assistant Sub Inspector with Delhi Police, was on a 7-day leave. He came to a thing that his son Amit involved in a murder case. Then what he did? Suddenly he stopped his leave. He came back to the office. He rejoined and arrested his own son. Impartial. Another story. Prabhakar Shankar Singh, inspector of Darbang police station with the Bihar police, found his son was involved. Prohibition is there in Bihar. He was selling 25 liquor bottles. He himself caught and put inside the jail. In prohibition time, selling liquor underground is a criminal offence. He was arrested. Father itself brought him and gave it to the police with evidence. Impartiality. This became national examples. Why? They are not big people. They are common people like us. One person is an inspector, another person is an. So, to do great things, we don't need to become great persons. To be honest, to be integrated, to be punctual, to be impartial, we don't need to become very, very big. A common people like ASI, a common person like inspector can also stand for gratitude. When you have gratitude, you will get gratitude. When you have gratitude, you will get the gratitude. When you don't have gratitude, then obviously you will not get gratitude. That's directly proportional. A civil servant should be gratitude towards the people. A civil servant should have a gratitude towards public. Why? Because his salaries are paid out of public funds. His salary is paid out from public funds. So he should be having gratitude towards whom? He or she should be having gratitude towards gratitude. When we have gratitude means loyalty, we try to do something more. When we try to do something more, obviously we will give good service to the people. Gratitude is also one thing. But nowadays, we feel that having gratitude is something we are bringing ourselves down wrong. When we openly declare, when we openly have a grateful to another person, the people will understand that this person is honest, so he is remembering. I will tell the story of this person. His name is called as Shankar Nag. Canada. Huge fan following. In 1960s, he noticed one metro project in London. He noticed the metro project in London. He was very much attracted towards the metro project. He came back to the Chief Minister of Karnataka and started explaining, sir, we will also do this metro project. We will also bring something like this in our Bengaluru city. And with his own money, again he went to London. He studied there with his own money. He brought all the project details, how the connectivity is there, what type of railways they used, what is the technology they used, how they use the administration, how they control the human resource. This all he collected himself and he submitted to the chief minister with his own money. Then his wife asked him, are you mad? Why you are running behind so much? Are you chief minister, or a minister, or a MLA, or a corporator? No. Then why you are spending your money? And why you are bringing this, all the projects? Then he told that this Karnataka, this Bengaluru has gave me something which I didn't believe. They made me as a superstar. I want to give something in back. It might be expected or unexpected. So I want to give. And the plan is today implemented. The same plan which is given by this person is implemented today in Bengaluru Metro. That is called as gratitude. You understand the timeline, not today. Metro is today's time period or 1960s time period. Today's time period. No, he brought the project of metro of 1960 from London. Shankar Nag was a leading actor and director in Kannada film industry. He was impressed with the London metro. He wanted to replicate the same in Bengaluru. He had met with the Karnataka Chief Minister Ramakrishna Hegde. He was making trips to London for this project out of his own pocket. His wife Arundhati once asked him why he was doing all that. Reply came, should not do at least this much for the city that has given me gratitude. We must have gratitude. So, when all these qualities we have, automatically we will be ethical. It might be honesty, integrity, peace, impartiality, gratitude, patriotism. What should be the pushing factor? For example, I will tell you. Everyone know Bal Thackeray. Bal Thackeray? She was saying, for every meeting or any meeting, first he tell Jai Maharashtra, Jai Marathi, Jai. For him, the region is first, then the language, then the country. Means, if there is a chance to compromise India, he will be ready to compromise India for the state. But what? We should be loyal to the nation first. The nation first, the state next, the language next, the religion next, then goes down. But the highest loyalty is the loyalty to the patriotism. If such sort of people are there, obviously there is a chance of division from the country. Patriotism. In a civil servant, if you are a civil servant, your leader, one particular government has been formed and that government want to separate the state from India, like Punjab. And you are a civil servant. The Punjab government won on the lines of Punjab people. So Punjab people are asking for separate country, if you believe. And you are an IAS officer, you are an IPS officer. You will work for the country or you will work for the government of the day? You will work for government of the day or you will work for the country? Tell me. You have to work for the country. The country first. So when these parochial mindsets come into existence, there is a chance of division of the country. So what type of attitude we need to develop? Patriotism. Patriotism. Love and respect to one's own country as a value means these individuals preferring national interest. Subhash Chandra Bose cleared the most difficult and prestigious exam, your exam, civil service examination. He resigned only because he need to work under British. He resigned, he cleared and showed, see, this is my merit, but I am not joining. That is called as attitude also. But great attitude, patriotic attitude. He showed that Indians are no less than British man. We can also clear this English exam, and I cleared it, but I am not joining. Challenge for himself. You should also feel like this. It's a challenge to myself. Everyone are telling this exam is tough exam, what tough, I will check. And you have to check. Sam Pitroda, this person. Sam Pitroda. How is Sam Pitroda? He is also a great personality. Why? Because he was enjoying a lucrative job in the United States of America. He had his own company in USA. Very lavish life. He's earning money like anything. He's minting money. Who? Sam Pitroda. He had a good relationship with Rajiv Gandhi. When Indira Gandhi died and Rajiv Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India, the Rajiv Gandhi first called this person and asked. Rajiv Gandhi asked Sam Pitroda, we want your services. Now I want to focus on science and technology. We don't have proper science and technology people here. If you come over here, we can revolutionize India by technology. It's a time to show your patriotism. It's a time to show towards India. It's a time to give back something to India. Where your birth happened, that person then and there, he left all his companies. With zero money, he came back to India. With zero money, he came back to India and he worked in technology from 1984 to 1989. You know, in 1989, the government changed. He didn't keep any money with him. He left that much big company. What he will keep money back? So he didn't keep any money with him. 1989, the government changed and he was removed from all the services. Janda government came into existence. Chandrasekhar government came into existence. He was removed from all the positions. He doesn't have any money. Why? Because he didn't save. His conditions was very, very bad. But still, the government was non-Congress government. He started helping them by guiding them. That is called as patriotism. So patriotism is not only joining in Indian Army. It is also great sacrifice. Patriotism means understand. Patriotism means not only joining in Indian Army or Indian Air Force or Defense. You can do something more. Serving the people is also patriotism. People means who? Country means who? People. People means who? Country. Because of your services, if the people are becoming empowered, that means indirectly you are working for the country. Why? Because country itself is people. That is the reason. Only in two ways we can work for the country. One is by joining defense forces or by civil services. One by joining defense forces or by joining civil services. Joining defense forces only in the borders. But in civil services, greater than that or equal to that or less than that, that is protecting the. Both are equally important. Both are equally important. But the big sacrifices of defense forces were because sometimes they give their Sam Pitroda. Successful telecom engineer in US with several patents to his credit. One trip to India when he found a hard to place call to his family back in Chicago was his patriotism. So what I told you is what he left is all lucrative things which were being present in America. He came back, he suffered, but still today also he is working. He is not dead, he is also present today. Sam Pitroda, national advisor to government of India when the Congress government was in power, not now. When the government, till 2014, he was the national advisor to the government in technology. Another person, Dinesh Dahudoti. What this person? I think you notice one company called as Servo Motors. You will see Servo Motors. Motors will be there. In agriculture field, we will see the name. This is a common motors. Servo Motors. Pipes. He is actually an American person. He settled there. He got green card also. He settled there. He got a green card also. Again, he got a call. Dinesh was a successful mechanical engineer in US. Post-nuclear testing 1997, Indian government appealed to Indian engineers abroad to return home and contribute something for the nation. Dinesh returned to his hometown, Belgaum, Karnataka. He started servo controls in his house backyard. Now it became a very big company. Servo controls, very, very big company. Means up to now the motors were very, very costly. Our agriculture farmers, if they want to buy the motors, it would cost a very high cost. But when this servo control company was established in India, the same motors we got at 10% of the price. Indigenization, locally made, patriotism. He left the job there. He can establish same company there also, but he established the company in India. And he gave it a very, 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 very less. Patriotism. Compassion. What example we can write, sir, for compassion? Compassion means what? Not only having sympathy towards the other person, but also understanding the problem and also solving them. Compassion means not only understanding the problem, try to solve the problem is called as compassion. Compassion refers to deep sympathy for others. A person who embraces the value of compassion can empathize with the sorrowful plight of everyone in general. Humanity is a subset of compassion. It mostly involves sympathy to suffering of fellow human beings. Mother Teresa is an example of compassion. Yes, Pachman. Correct. Mother Teresa. See, my Mother Teresa. She is from which country? Tell me, Mother Teresa. Huh? Mother Teresa is from Yugoslavia. That time it is Yugoslavia. She is a European. But she established sympathy. She established care towards whom? Indians. She is a Caucasoid. By race, she is a Caucasoid. White woman. But she established towards black people or brown people in India. She is nowhere associated with Indians. But she kept everything to the Indians. That is called as compassion is one word substitute to Mother Teresa. She collected leftover food in the city of Kolkata to feed the needy. She served for the emancipation of lepers. Mother Teresa. Baba Amte. You know about Mother Teresa, so I will give you the stories who you don't know. Baba Amte. This person, Baba Amte from Maharashtra. In his village, where he come from, leprosy is untouchable. If anyone is suffering with leprosy, if the information comes that this person got leprosy, they will keep this man away from the village. They will throw. They will not give food. They will give nothing. They will be throwing out. And you should not move also. You should stay there. But because they believe that leprosy is a communicable disease. But this person established compassion towards those people. He started establishing rehabilitation centers for people who are suffering with leprosy. He helped lepers. Who is suffering with leprosy is called as lepers. He and his wife, Baba Amte, who got Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, Raman Magsaysay Award because of his compassion towards leprosy affected patients. See, understand this. The people where a person who is affected with leprosy is seen as untouchable, and these people from the same village started helping them. How tough it is. If I am an outsider, if I help, no problem. Why? Because I am an outsider. I am an insider, and in my village itself, touching a leprosy man is an untouchable. If I do, that is a great sacrifices, great compassion which the people have. Baba Amte was moved by the ostracism of the lepers. His compassion made his heart beat for them. He ended up setting rehabilitation centers for lepers. He dedicated his whole life for the service of lepers. We see in stories, we see gods like any other god. They will be touching or healing leprosy. You are having supernatural power, so you are healing. This person is a normal man like us. See how much we can learn from the people. Kalam is also compassionate. When he could not see polio affected children carrying heavy weight calipers, they will catch no. Picked a metal made for missiles and got the lightweight calipers. He innovated a lightweight calipers where the people who are suffering with polio as a stand they will use no. With his missile technology, with the lightweight materials, he made a support system. which is of very, very lightweight. Because he had a compassion towards the people who are disabled. Saint Eknath. Saint Eknath was having roti for lunch. A dog snatched away. A dog. Saint Eknath. A dog took his roti from his hand. He ran behind, and he got the roti. Everyone said, "You roti, you are running behind." Then what he did? He gave butter on it and he gave it to the roti. Gave it to the dog. These are the great examples where if you give also, you should not give with half stomach. People will like that. If you give it with full stomach. If not, better you don't give. But don't give. When you are compassionate, be compassionate fully. When you are compassionate, be compassionate fully, but don't be compassionate half and half. So any question on compassion, any question on sympathy, you can write the example of Eknath, Kalam, Baba Ante, Mother Teresa. Respect for women also. It is part and parcel of civil service. It's a part and parcel of civil service as why, sir? Why? Because children, women, LGBT, old people, these are all called as vulnerable sections of the country. These are all vulnerable sections of the country. Women, children, LGBT community, senior citizens, disabled. So we need to have a special care towards them. So respect towards women implies recognizing women as equal to men, acknowledging their strength, providing them equal opportunities, and having a deep sense of regard for them. Manu in Manusmriti, which is born by B.R. Ambedkar. Manu in Manusmriti exclaimed, B.R. Ambedkar burned Manusmriti. In that book, Manu told, wherever a woman is worshipped, their gods. Someone asked me in the last class, sir, how Manusmriti is applicable in contemporary society. We can take this example. In Manusmriti book, Manu discussed that wherever the woman is worshipped, their gods. Dando Keshava Karve batted strongly for widow remarriage. He not only batted for the widow remarriage, he himself married a Ingu widow. M.G. Ranade set up first school for girls to offer them education. This value is reflected in a few couplets of Kabir's book, the writings of Kabir's book. So respect towards a woman is also one important trait which should be present in. It's not only male officers and female officers also. Female officers will have an attitude, this job will be done only by male but not by female. So such a sort of discrimination should not be present in male as well as female also. Spirituality and materialism. What is this? Spirituality and materialism. Being spiritual. See, being spiritual means not being godly. Being spiritual means it's not about every time worshipping the God. Being spiritual means being good, being liberated, being happy, being normal. Following ethics is called as spiritual. Spiritualism and godly are not same. God is something, again Maya. Having a godly feeling is again a Maya, again something. Spiritual means being self. Spiritual means being ethical. Spiritual means being liberated. Spiritual means being calm. Spiritual means being understandable. So we need to adopt spirituality. We should not adopt theology. Theology is very dangerous. According to Karl Marx, opium for masses is religion. And mainly you people should not feel religion very seriously. You people who are preparing for civil services, they have to see religion as a part. And what is important? Spirituality is important. What is spirituality? Liberation. Liberation from what? Liberation from all the desires. This is my duty, I will do my duty. This is the purpose which I am born. My purpose is to serve the people. Yes. Spirituality is concerned with metaphysical, non-material things. There are many people who prefer spirituality too. In fact, all the ancient Indian philosophical schools of thought have thrashed the worldly pleasure and set liberation from birth to death cycle as the ultimate aim of every human being. In fact, Indian philosophers went on to claim that a person is not what his or body is, what is soul. So, sir, what is soul? I cannot say it. Soul is something which is internalized. Soul is something which is not associated with materials. Soul is something which is not hungry. Soul is something which doesn't want jewelry. Soul is something which doesn't want new clothes or new shows. Soul is something which is plain. Are you getting my point? If the soul is material, I want food. If the soul is material, I want clothes. If soul is material, I want comfort. If soul is material, I want needs. If soul is body, I want some jewelry. If soul is clean, that soul doesn't want soul. Nothing is there. So we spiritual people are those people who believe that soul is zero. Soul is clean. Soul is nothing. When soul is nothing, whether people have any desires? Our religious people, this is my, not subject, my understanding. It might be Hinduism, it might be Christianity, it might be Islam also. They never told to worship them. Every religion told to worship good things. Every religion told to have ethics. Every religion told to be honest. When you are honest, when you are spiritually strong, when your soul is clean, when you are genuine, we cannot give any biscuits to God to clear our examination. We cannot corrupt him. I will do this, you do this. Then why he is called as God? Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo means give and take. Some people will tell that, why you got fever, because once upon a time you told that you will go there, but you didn't went. So God is seeing everything. Then why that person is called as God? And the person is not called, he is taking revenge. Then human beings are better. Then human beings are better. Why? Because human being will take revenge when you are present. He is supernatural power, he can take anywhere. So I have to be very careful than human being. So religion is nothing but religion is goodness. Religion is ethics. Religion is human values. Religion is respecting other human being when he is growing. Religion is helping other person to lift up. Religion is making another man to get success. Then compulsory that person will think that you are the God. Hence, they advocate various paths to take this soul. Some people will tell that path of jnana, some people will tell the path of bhakti, some people will tell the path of karma. So, spirituality is nothing but it is not the path of jnana, it is not the path of bhakti, it is the path of karma. When you are doing all your karma according to dharma, when you are doing all your karmas according to dharma, then you will get. When you do all your duties, doing duties called as karma. When you do all your duties according to dharma principle, obviously you will become clean. Becoming clean is nothing but spiritualism. If you dip in a river, you will not become clean. If you eat some biscuits, you will not become clean. Nothing. When we will become clean? When we become clean means when we are honest. So UPSC also want that type of people. UPSC also want the people who are giving importance to spirituality. That is the reason nowadays in all the drafts, yesterday Sunday nearly 4 1-to-1 sessions I did in interview sessions. Direct. I will send you the videos. It will not be YouTube, just for you how they are talking, you can learn. When they get ranked, it will. Almost from the 4 drafts, detailed application forms for UPSC interview, 2 to 3 drafts are meditation they are writing. And UPSC is appreciating. Why? When you are doing a meditation means you are something spiritual. You are understanding yourself more. You are giving time to yourself. So, when there is spirituality and materialism, you have to give importance to what? Spiritualism. Material means what? I want car, I want building, I want jewelry. That is called as materialism. So, when there is a conflict between spiritualism and materialism, the civil servant should vote for love. Love all. Trust a few. Do wrong to none. William Shakespeare. Love is a sense of attraction, affection, and inclination towards someone. A sense of attraction could neutralize any ill will and hatred. This gives rise to better harmony and peace. What is the problem between Hindus and Muslims? There is that love between the two people. Why there is conflict between two people who are speaking different languages? There is no affection towards each other. So how we can bring communal harmony? How we can bring harmony? By affection, by generating affection. If you are a civil servant from one particular religion, then you should have affection towards another community. That is the reason, where the minorities, here we told, where the women are respected, there the gods live. The same way, where the minorities are respected, there the country will flourish. Dear Ambedkar. Where the minorities are happy, there the why? Because See, obviously all are majority, only few people are minority. As they are minority, they will have a feeling that see all are like we are different. So when they are feeling they are different, we have to take care about them more precisely. There is absence of love, there is absence of affection, which is leading in communal violence, which is leading in different forms of books and learning, yoga and meditation, illumination, all are but just compared with love. Whatever, finally it is the love or the affection which is equivalent. When we have love towards other human beings, when we have love towards the other non-human living being, then we will have a compassion, we will have a love, we will have honesty, everything can be done. So the highest importance is given love by Swami Vivekananda. Loyalty. Can anyone tell me what is loyalty and gratitude? What is the difference between loyalty and gratitude?
Gratitude means being thankful to one.
Loyalty means?
Being attached to that person, irrespective of any situation.
Okay. Loyalty and gratitude. Yes, Reshma. Loyalty and gratitude. Think from the words. Gratitude means being thankful. Rajwal. Loyalty, gratitude, being thankful. Loyalty, where I am associated because of the association, where I am associated because of association, and I am surviving, or I got benefited in any situation. If that other person with whom I got associated, if he is in a struggle or problem, if I still continue the association, it is called as loyalty. Loyalty is nothing but unquestionable allegiance. Voluntary expression of allegiance to master or job or any such thing is loyalty. A civil servant is expected to be loyal to whom? To the constitution of India. A civil servant should not be loyal to the government. A civil servant should not be loyal to the people also. Civil servant, why? Because everything is enshrined in the constitution of India. Everything is enshrined in the constitution. Better to follow constitution. Be loyal to constitution. To the people, the constitution, the law and the government. And the most important is the constitution. But because people sometimes might change their stand. People sometimes they might change their stand. The law might be according to the government. The government might change, but the constitution will not. Karma is the best example of loyalty. Karma is the best example of loyalty. Once he was asked by the Pandavas, you are very near to the Duryodhana. You killed Duryodhana. We will give one kingdom. Out of 7 kingdoms which we have, we will give you one kingdom. Karna rigidly, outrightly rejected it. Knowing that the Pandavas' mother and the Karna's mother is the same. Knowing that, after knowing that, Pandavas are 5 people, no? Pandavas' mother and the Karna's mother is same. So that means who kept the request? Brothers kept the request. Kauravas are not the brothers. They are cousins for Karna. But the Pandavas are own brothers. Why? Because the mother is same. Brothers asked. First, brothers asked. Own brothers asked. Why? Because one mother. Number 2, he was being asked to give him the kingdom. Number 3, his position in Kauravas is 101, not 100. Already 100 are there. He is below 100. His position is not good in Kauravas. Out of these 3 things, he told that when no one recognized me, Duryodhana recognized me. When I was in not association with anyone, I was being associated with Duryodhana. In any cost, I am not going to break the loyalty. The great warrior, the great personality, more than Arjuna, more than Lord Krishna also, Karna. Karna of Mahabharata is no less than personification of loyalty. His allegiance to Duryodhana and his friendship are worthy of emulation. Just before the onset of Kurukshetra, Sri Krishna met Karna and disclosed the truth about his birth. That your mother and Pandava's mother is safe. After telling this, he asked for Karna was offered to be made the king if he defeats to Pandava's side. But Karna's loyalty did not permit him to eschew, cheat Duryodhana. That is called as loyalty. Karna, what we can learn? Loyalty towards the constitution. What is missing in the contemporary society? What is missing in the 21st century? The loyalty is missing in the 21st century. And if you are a civil servant, you have to be loyalty towards the constitution, then to the people, then to the law, then to the government. But we are loyal to the material benefits. We are loyal to the bodily pleasures. We are loyal to the money. So what we can learn from Karna, whatever may be the consequence, I am not going to break the loyalty, that we can learn from Karna. So lot of things we can learn. Mahabharata. Simplicity. Simplicity implies being devoid of unnecessary grandeur and ostensible adornment. Many individuals believe in the value of simplicity. They prefer to live plainly. They consider everything over and above what is absolutely necessary to be waste. Warren Buffett is the best example of simplicity. In the second wealthiest man in the world, leads a very simple frugal life. He also lives in his old bungalow. Same house that he brought in 1958, he does not spend on expensive hobbies. He just loves playing bridge. He does not drive expensive multi-million cars. Simple. Why simplicity is important for you? When you are simple, when you are not crazy for expensive goods, then you will not have desire for money. When you don't have desire for money, then you will not go for it. When you are simple, obviously you don't want money. You are satisfied with what you have. When you are satisfied with what you have, obviously the salary is enough. That is the reason you should also have. I can tell as my friend, 2013, he got rank IRS. 2 years back, he celebrated his daughter's first birthday in Yashet. You know Yashet. In movies we will see, song will come, ocean, ship will be going, hero heroine will be dancing. That is called as Yashet. Complete glass will be there. Single Yashet will be 50 crore. One day rent will be easily 50 lakhs. One day rent. He celebrated his celebrated his daughter's birthday 2 days in Yashet. How is 80,000 salary person can celebrate birthday there? How a 80,000 salary person can celebrate in Yashet? 80,000, he worked for 100 years we think. If he worked for 100 years also, it will not cost 50 lakhs. Then how he celebrated within 4 years? He got posted in Bombay Customs. As Assistant Commissioner of Customs. You know what would happen? There might be, the owners of Yashet might be given to him. Why? Simplicity is not there. The same cake you can cut here also. The same cake you can also cut on the bun. But you want to do Yashet. When such type of things are there, aspirations are there, obviously will become more. That is the reason a civil servant should have. Anna Hazar, the crusader of fight against corruption. Yes, Vishnu, correct, Chaitanya. Anna Hazar. It's also simple. He comes from a small village in Maharashtra, from Latur district, which is impacted by drought. He is the person responsible for Lokpal Act in 2013, anti-corruption law in India, in which a Prime Minister can also be summoned. That much powerful act, Lokpal, is because of this person called as Anna Hazar. Anna Hazar is a epitome of simplicity. He lives in a temple. He just takes 1 roti, sabji and a cup of dal. Anna does not want anything that is in excess. But this person was properly used by Arvind Kejriwal. He properly used. Wherever he is going, he is standing before him. He took 15, 20 selfies he took. Then he told Anna Hazara is my brother. He went into elections. He kept, what is the party? Aam Aadmi Party. He is the winner. If you remember 2030 story of in Jantar Mantar, before Lokpal, very big movement happened in India. 2013, very big movement, anti-corruption movement in India. The total country became one and fought for anti-corruption act called as Lokpal. At that time, this person was powerful. Anna, simple life. When a simple life, there will not be any aspirations. See, being simple is truthful, being simple is honest, being simple is normal. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, second wealthiest man in the world, leads a very simple, frugal life. Same as I tell you, I measure success by how many people love me. Means his success is not how much he earned. His success is according to how many people likes him. That is called as simplicity. H. Narasimhaya, former vice chancellor of Bangalore University, led a very simple life. He used to stay in just one room and slept on a mat, not even on bed. He is credited with popularizing science among general public in Karnataka. Narasimhaya. Manik Sarkar is a Tripura chief minister. Today also he don't own any house. Today also he don't own a single house on his name. Tripura chief minister. From BJP party. Manohar Parrikar also one person is there. Manohar Parrikar, chief minister of Goa. Then he became minister of central government. He is also so much ethical. Manohar Parrikar. He also doesn't own anything. Why? Because they sacrificed their life. They understood my life meaning is this. So this is about the great personalities. Tomorrow we discuss about anecdotes. Means events from the lives of the great personalities. Events. What happened in their life and what I can learn from them. Anecdote means taking a bit, taking an event from their life and applying on the ethics. I will have Socrates, I will have Venkanaya, I will have Veeramati, I will have Shivaratri, Rajendra, Mahaswami is a Swami, but is a great person. Why I will tell you? Marshal Karyappa, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, a shopkeeper's constable example of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Satish Dhawan, Abdul Kalam, Gandhiji, another incident from Gandhiji's life, Lal Bahadur Shastri. So various people's their events. You no need to search for any examples. Abundant examples I am giving. You remember it. How properly you got notes for anthropology, the same way you will be getting the notes for ethics also. This you remember it. Any current examples? What you have to add, sir? You have to add current examples of any IAS officer, IPS officer which is happening in the society, in the newspaper. That you make a note. That will update you. That's it. Other than this notes is enough and more, and updation and tests. Exams which I am going to give. Any doubts? Yes, sir. Any doubts? Anecdotes will go. Session. Incidents from Session life. Metro man is there. Vishweshwaraya, Shanti Swarup. So several other examples of their lives. You have to use accordingly. How you can use means you should have a team of 3 or 4 people. You have to discuss. So you tell about the story of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, where we can use. So you have to talk. You have to talk among yourself. Okay. Next Saturday, if you are not busy with December 31st and first programs, we will have ethical role play. No sir, no time. Hence, next Sunday we will have ethical role play. Okay, thank you. Today's question. How simplicity and integrity is helpful for a civil servant in promoting constitutional provisions, constitutional objectives. 10 marks, 150 words, 2 pages. First write what is simplicity. Next is integrity. Then what is integrity? Then side heading. How integrity and simplicity is going to help a civil servant in constitutional object. You have to bring constitution. Okay. Thank you.